Hi everyone, my name is Kartik and my channel is about mental models. I hope you're enjoying my videos. If you are, then please subscribe to my channel. It really helps. And as always, please like and share this video with everyone you know. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Hume's razor. As I mentioned in my previous video and other videos on razors, the word razor has a special meaning. It means that the mental model works by removing or shaving away unlikely explanations, leaving you with the likely explanations to focus on and move ahead with. This is very useful as it helps to solve problems more quickly and efficiently, so it helps with efficiency as well. Hume's razor is a very practical razor. It is based on common sense and states that if a cause isn't sufficient, to produce the observed effect, then we must either eliminate that cause or show what needs to be added. So what needs to be added in order to make the cause sufficient to then give rise to that observed effect. So let me write observed effect. So I think it's quite a cool razor because it almost has a detective-like feel to it. Let me take an example. So let's say there is a coach that has, this is the wheels, so there's a coach here that has that's the other wheels, that's the door, those are the windows. So that's the coach and this is where the driver sits. That's the windscreen. There you go, that's the driver in there. Right, so this is a coach that has upturned. This is the observed effect. Now, there could be many reasons why this has happened, and so by using a razor, not necessarily this one, but by using a razor generally to shave away unlikely explanations quickly, we can focus our mental efforts on the likelier ones, and this razor can be one of those that we can use. So if we look at, as I said, there could be many reasons why the coach has now upturned, but if we look at three possible causes, number one is a person has pushed the coach and upturned it. So that's number one, person. Number two, let's say, is a gust of wind that has blown the coach over. So that's the gust of wind. And then number three, the third reason is that another vehicle, another large vehicle, let's just say a transit van or a sort of a van, has crashed into or hit the coach, causing it to upturn. So the third one is vehicle. Now, by using this razor, by using Hume's razor, we can quickly eliminate number one and number two. And we can also add that for number one, so we can sort of say, well, we'll eliminate this one and we'll eliminate this one. For number one, for number one and two, we can eliminate them. And then in order for number one to be sufficient, if a person can upturn the coach, we would say that in order to make that cause sufficient, the way to make it sufficient, the additional items, the addition to this cause would be that we would need maybe many people to then upturn the coach. With one person you can't do it. The only way we can make that cause sufficient for this observed effect is that if there are many people. So that's one addition. So I'll just put add here. The other addition, or the other way one person could upturn a coach, is with the help of some machinery, like let's say a JCB or an excavator or a bulldozer or some form of machinery where there's one person operating that machinery, and with the help of that they can upturn the coach. So that's where Hume's razor is a little bit different from the other razors. It helps you to eliminate items, but it also provides this sort of detective angle as well, as how can we make that cause sufficient? Well, for this, if this were true, then actually this cause would be a bit more relevant. With a gust of wind, similar with number 2, we could say that we can eliminate this because a gust of wind is probably not strong enough to upturn a coach. But how could we make this sufficient? What could be the addition? Well, we could say if it would be bordering on storm winds. If it were storm winds, then actually a gust of storm wind would probably be sufficient to upturn a coach. Maybe it still isn't, but it will be more likely. And that is the way this razor helps you to think that, okay, how can I make this more sufficient? Sometimes a cause is so unlikely that there is no addition, there is no something to add to make it sufficient. But in this case, this razor helps us to sort of think about how we can, well, eliminate very quickly some items, but also help us think what other things we could think about that could make it sufficient. So for number 2, it would be storm winds. And so therefore, number 3 seems, from the outset, a vehicle crashing. From the outset seems, out of these 3 scenarios, as I said, there could be many scenarios why a coach could have upturned. This is the most plausible of why the coach has upturned. This is the most plausible cause, that a vehicle has hit the coach and the coach has upturned. And so we should invest time and energy in exploring this cause. So time and energy in exploring this cause and how it has led to the coach upturning, rather than sort of wasting time and being inefficient on causes 1 and 2 and any other cause that is obviously insufficient or not plausible. And so, in conclusion, you can shave away, as I've been saying all throughout, the unlikely causes without too much effort. Now, I will add, this was a simple scenario which I used because it helps visualize this razor in this mental model. But as scenarios of life get complicated, this razor becomes that much more powerful. So in this case, really easy, really visual actually. The reason was the visual element, that's why I've used this as an example. But this is a very easy sort of cause effect sort of example. But life definitely is a lot more complicated than looking at upturned coaches and working out why this could have happened. But this razor becomes that much more powerful when we apply. Now, you might be thinking, I've just sort of left it at number 3. I've just left this example sort of hanging at number 3, and I didn't actually tell you guys what the actual reason was. But I just wanted to say that's where this razor ends. The goal of this razor is to shave away unlikely explanations so we can focus on the likelier ones it's not to simply say, this is the answer. It's more to sort of say, where should we invest our mental strength and mental efforts in? And there might be, here, there's only one sort of, out of these three, there's only one cause that seems plausible, but you might have 4 or 5. There might be 10 scenarios, 6 might be insufficient, and 4 might be plausible, and so you invest your time in those 4. That's what this razor is talking about. That's the goal of this razor. It's not to get you to the, oh, it was number 7 out of 10. That was the answer. It was, where should we focus our efforts on? So this is a simple yet powerful razor, and one of my favorite razors that I use quite a lot. Now, I know someone will be shouting at the screen saying, well, sometimes the unlikely cause is actually the reason of the effect. Then what? And yes, that's true. And I recognize that. So in that instance, what I would say is, remember my connecting mental models video a little while ago. Please watch that. In that video, I made a very important statement. And that was that when you connect mental models together, you get a better answer. And so a good technique is to use this razor with a few other mental models, such as inversion and second order thinking, or even other razors such as my previous video, which was Hitchens' razor. And so when you use razors and models together, you will get closer to the correct answer. And Hume's razor might sort of, at the first instance, imply that, oh, actually, this is just not plausible, we should shave it away. But the other mental models and the other razors will say, actually, we shouldn't shave it away straight away. We should actually, together with these other 2 or 3 explanations, we should consider this unlikely one, because from another mental model perspective, actually, it is plausible. And so you will get closer to the correct answer. And so there you have it, Hume's razor. And that's all for this video and mental model. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please check out my earlier videos flashing on screen now. I'm sure you will like them too. And I will see you in the next video with another mental model. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.